Right. Looks like a small map with a lot of heroes, so... Not much we can do. Everyone needs to defeat their respective enemy forces, I gather. Some might be able to just jump over these. I'm not sure if it's worth it. There's a significant force in these defensive groups. Nothing we couldn't actually win against, but at the same time, if you don't have to fight it, why the hell would you fight it? You're going to have to fight against the women's army here anyway. This is the only fight we absolutely must fight. A good chance we have a huge initiative advantage here because the hero has a natural initiative bonus. Enemy units have penalty to initiative, right? Might be able to strike at quite a few before they have a chance to do anything. All their important squads are dead at this point. High initiative armies are scary. Enemy can't do shit and they're dead. This seems to open a passageway there. Not sure who I would want to handle this fight. Not Zehir though. A lot of range combat capabilities here. I feel like Braylak's initiative advantage is sort of diminished. I'm not sure he can resurrect shit, so he's not a good option here if we want to minimize casualties. Godric might be the best choice. Binden has a lot of range attributes though, and much more spell casting potential, so more resurrections. I guess everyone fights Piara somehow. Yeah. Armies outside, turrets, smoked. Biara level 31, attack 30, defense 25, spell power 40, knowledge 40, mana 400. Moral 0, luck 1. I think he blocked his own access to my units. Oh shit. Only dragons. I have no idea what the hell is going on with this. From the looks of it, everything is summoned. Might have to deal with a lot of range attacks coming at us, so... Estimated percent reduction in damage against range attacks. Mainly so I can ignore them firing at me while I deal with their more immediate threats. Now we start the buffing. That'll make up for the attribute difference between the characters. Good attack, a lot of losses. More or less want to block any big units from coming through here, but no such things at the moment. Sure what I would want to shoot. But every enemy is summoned, so this isn't gonna end just because we killed the summoned creatures. Last unit. So that went fairly well. He had 100 familiars in the end, I guess. Everyone's going to have their own fight. This is bullshit because if one of these goes badly, I'm gonna have to fight all of these again. Different somehow. Yeah, the armies are getting bigger. And I couldn't do anything before he already had 60. What are these metal chargers on me? And suddenly devils. There's probably a lot of scripting going on because the game sort of lags and there's really nothing special going on otherwise. So the system was never meant for these complex fights where bullshit just happens. But structured fights. So it doesn't handle it very well. Probably just boost attack capabilities. It sort of follows the same plot line though as the first fight. The fight is tougher, yes, but is the hero worse? No, it's the same exact hero with the same exact things. So this might be the point where half-assing your hero will suddenly become a big problem. And it's sort of unfortunate in the sense that this is a point where it's too late to do anything about it. If you don't have a usually powerful hero at this point, you're boned. It's just all over. I want to try to end this quickly as possible, so I want these units out. Any chance I could kill both of those? No. Always the same 100 familiars lost. Massive casualties on our side. No chance to save in between the fights either. So we more or less know what's going to happen at this point. there's there's a little bit of danger involved with that too, because we're sort of assuming it's gonna happen every time at this point. Yeah, this is much worse. 180 Cerberus are gonna attack us before we have a chance to do anything. There's no retaliation against their attack, so that's a lot of army that's wiped away. Might be able to mitigate the damage a little bit. The big question is, though, what comes after this? It's fairly obvious that you're gonna win all these fights. The question is, how much casualties do you tolerate? Because this is supposed to be the first step before we really start the action, so... You don't have those mass buff spells. Mass weakness though. Mass confusion. Someone resisted. Only one. Ah, spectral dragons. Right, I guess we triggered them. Hell Charger has that has a lot of turns. Someone just go in there and do something. It's one of the few flying units we have, so... Trying to remove enemy stacks as quickly as possible. So we might have had a better target attack if we wanted to inflict maximum damage. But I don't want to give him too many chances to do anything. It's notable that Zehir seems to be struggling much more than anyone else in this fight. Granted, this should be slightly worse than the previous fights, but it's not that much worse. Ooh, he has an annoying attack. Because she's, I guess, fundamentally succubus, her attacks bounce from target to target. That is horrifying. Earthquake, I need to get into the goddamn city with other two flying ones. Yeah, this is not good. This is fundamentally badly structured. If anything goes wrong in any one of the fights, you'll just have to fight a lot of fights again and again. So that is god awful. On the other hand, we position our troops smartly. Probably protect these weaker ones from massive attacks by the enemy. I more or less want to prevent large units from reaching them. I can't really prevent the small ones. Slightly larger army again. But 30 pit fiends. We have such large armies that it's much more preferable to units focusing attacks. Hey, this is a good one, I guess. I do have now spellcasting power to get rid of some of these units. There's not such a huge rush to get into the inside the fortress. They're earth resistant. Fire resistant, probably. Lightning does seem to do an extra bit of damage to them. Could be that they have some sort of a element that does that. We'll see. Okay, can I just... Right, that creature isn't gated in yet, that's why I can't shoot at it. The amount of damage he does with their normal attacks is ludicrous. We could kill those. Suppose we should. Again, relying on the high initiative skill. We do need to attack the Demon Lord crew before they get to do something. However, I don't think we really can. Might be able to push their turn back a little bit. Holy fuck, see, she killed the ballist, not the ballist, but goddamn catapult. That requires a lot of firepower. this is at least final proof about how damage-focused casters do in these situations. You sort of can throw shit at them, and it's not irrelevant, but because the high attributes of the hero here, it's not gonna do all that much. Massively less if you would actually have a slight buffing spell you can throw. So I don't think damage or destruction magic is bad by any means, but you need another. You need dark or light in support. Summoning magic is sort of in the same boat. Not god awful, but you need light or dark. That's if you want to be good at it.
Oh, Biara! It's payback time.
Idiot! Oh! Falling in love with that child! You almost ruined everything!
I take that as a compliment. I enjoy ruining your plans.
And we enjoy helping him do it.
That was for Isabel. That was for Shadow.
What? I was Shadia!
Fine! Then that's just because I like hitting you.
That one, Biara, was for all of a shot.
Stop! Enough! Kill me and your girlfriend dies too.
What?
Isabel! She lives! Spare me and I will lead you to her.
I will twist your body and soul until you beg to tell me.
Don't, Renak! Don't become like them again. Where, Biara? Where is she?
Come this way.
It's a trap.
Traps can be blown up, Raylag.
Not with Isabel inside. But if she is the bait in the trap, I'm willing to spring it.
I got to save. So Biara Citadel is less of a citadel and more of a trigger for that fight. Right, then now the question becomes who actually does the fighting. I think Winden survived in the most intact shape and Godric rest not so much. Zehir did the worst by far. His army is totally decimated. The lack of resurrection and poor initiative army. Just I don't like the academy. I don't. It's sort of it's worse than the ranger because ranger can't really take advantage of his class ability because he hasn't got any cities here. So that's totally wasted. But here there's like an inbuilt debuff into your units. Because you can buff them with attributes, I mean with artifacts to become fantastic. But the story structure like this denies you that advantage altogether. So it's totally wasted. The others sort of carry them with them, their little advantages. Like, Jesus Christ, initiative negative on all enemy army, that is the best thing ever. What does Zehir have? Artifacts? I suppose if we have to fight a serious fight, we'll have to start summoning units in at the first moment. They will keep attacking our units, but we have a healthy hit point stack here. But we don't have a good fighting stack anymore. Has to recharge our magic, so there's probably something big coming. Demon Sovereign Citadel. I'm curious how good he is because Biara had ridiculous attributes already. On the positive side, this is the first time I'm sort of grateful that I went after the attribute boost. want everyone to be at full mana at least. What the hell can I do but fight? Is this for another 4 fights? I call bullshit on the game if this is. Heroes will have to destroy the Sovereign's magical shield with their catapults first. Catapultas. If they succeed, they'll meet Sovereign in closer combat thereafter. So, in a game where catapults have been horseshit useless so far, now it's all about the catapults. Thanks, game. Thanks. Not much I can do. So you more or less have to survive until just ends suddenly. And they have all the initiative, so they'll get the free attacks on me. Not much I can do about it. This is a slight problem because Demon Sovereign is after this. And I'm assuming that's the worst fight out of all. I think he's certainly giving them bonuses because they're tough as balls. 46, 41, 48, 44, 459 magic points. Morale or luck bonuses. Yeah, we are pathetic in comparison to him. We are less than half his stats. I wonder if you can earthquake that. Or is it just you have a set amount of turns, that'll be it. Everyone took damage. There's a good chance the goddamn catapult won't survive this. How the fuck does this fight make any sense? I can't kill imps with the armies I have. This is the first situation where I sort of hate what the game is doing. Outright hate it. It is a huge amount of unnecessary fighting, and it's using a situation that basically hasn't presented itself before at all. They're using a thing that I've totally neglected because it's so worthless in the actual campaign. Now suddenly it's the key to progressing forward. I also hate it because I have no idea what the final fight is gonna look like. So it could be that I basically have zero chance of winning it at this point. But I wouldn't know it. So we might end up in a situation where we're locked in long fights that we have no real chance of winning, or they're so small. So we'll have to keep repeating and repeating and repeating a lot of fights in the hope that it'll just sort of click at some point. I have no idea what condition this wall is in either, so I have no idea how long this is gonna keep going. Can I even do anything useful anymore? Can't attack anything. Catapults aren't getting any more turns. I think we should just start to resurrect things. He'll kill new creatures, yeah, but what else can I realistically do? Not much. Protect our own troops as best we can. You have Earthquake, for the love of God. We also have to keep in mind that there is a fight after this. So the points we spend here might matter later on. What pisses me off the most is really that I can't really do anything to aid the catapult. It's taking damage constantly. Okay, it needs to fire at least a couple of times. And do it the same thing 3 more times. Yeah, this is just repeating the same shit again and again. This is tedious. Ah. Every enemy attacks before I get to do anything. I'm very curious about the... I can't save here, right? Right. Does Earthquake aid here at all? He does this basic, yeah. He's more or less ending the fight at some point, no matter what the hell you do. There's really not much you can do about it. Earthquake, does it help? Yeah, no one can cast it. Wonderful. Everyone's taking serious casualties. Guess we'll resurrect as much as we can. I think he does about like 250 points of damage with each attack. Everyone takes the damage. not sure how I'm gonna deal with this with Zehir. Let me take a guess. There's gonna be 8 fights in total against the Demon Sovereign. If any one of them goes wrong, it's game over for you. There's no saving in the middle, so they just have to work the first time. This is basically what the game is playing. And I'm already sick of this mission and these fights. And I don't think we're not even halfway done with these. We're in trouble here. We have like 3 decent stacks of units, maybe 4. Everyone else is just gone. Magic Wall took some damage. Well, Zehir at least guaranteed has Earthquake. I wonder if I can cast it. You can, because it would end this. The only thing I can really do is wait. How well would Banish really work here? Or counter as well? Problem is, I can't really try these. If I try this, all the fights previously are basically gonna be flushed out the drain, because we're gonna start taking 250 points of damage every goddamn turn. Anyway, we need something. And there's really nothing I can do to speed things up here. Let's go with Phoenix. It has high initiative, has decent points and so forth. Probably 8 is the most. Well, the interesting thing is, it does attacks everyone here. No one is spared. Yeah, most of our army is basically gone during the warm-up phase. What could we realistically do? I'm gonna try to banish because we're going to have another phase against him. So it tries to unsummon everything, right? Magic immunity might be a solid thing here. I'm so fucking done with this game at this point. What sort of a lunatic thought this was something fun? I would have accepted a multi-stage fight where you have to do something to get to the final fight, but this is just tedious. Tedious is the word. and there's no chance at all to abate these casualties. He's a fantastic hero and his troops attack first. The only reason I sort of get to go fairly quickly here is because I have a special hero that reduces their initiative significantly. That is the only reason. And there are a lot of demons coming at us. Not much I can do about them. So I wonder what sort of fight what sort of a 4 fights I'm supposed to do after these 4 fights. Or is there someone out of all of these 4 that's just gonna fight? Because I'm dangerously low on troops. Take another 250 points of damage and then the wall will break. The biggest problem sort of is that I can't really do much with my hero. Either you can more or less resurrect your guys, or you can sit here doing nothing. The game does auto save, so you don't have to fight every stage multiple times.
Where is she?
What perfect timing. I was just about to put the kettle on. A Raylag, is it? Might I have a word with you?
My friends call me Raylag. You can call me Agril.
Such petty rudeness. Can't we discuss this like gentle demons?
What do you want?
She does have that glow, doesn't she? Bearing my child. So good with her.
You!
Look, I have the child. I don't care about the woman. You can have her back.
If
you help me get rid of these pesky friends you brought along.
Never. I won't betray everything that I have struggled to gain. Even for Isabel.
Oh, you see what spending too much time in the Griffin Empire does to your sense of priorities. If you won't join with me, then you will die here.
Remember when you told me that I was next?
Yes.
I wasn't. You are.
So the next 4 fights, is it? I'm so done with this. Whatever, it's not like we have a lot of options here. Godric is by far in the best shape, maybe the Ranger too. It's also sort of hard to predict what we're supposed to do here because their troops are coming out of nowhere. Ah, right. He's as good as ever, right? Attributes Nikki rings 50. Right, and then things just trigger new troops out of nowhere. Makes the fight at least a little bit challenging, if nothing else. We do have magic immunity. I'm thinking it mainly because no doubt he's gonna do his stupid goddamn wave. Still, speed is everything here. He who strikes first wins. Right. Bullshit wave that only affects non-demons. Might be able to push his turn back, but it will more or less keep him just over pre-attack to one of our stacks. I'm really worried about how Zehir is gonna survive this. It's not a trivial fight by any means. There's no resurrection. And more importantly, the enemy will probably ignore summoned units. So the unit stacks we have to just make it on their own. There's really no other alternative. Yeah, fight after fight after fight. Oh shit. Suddenly 100 Cerberuses right on top of me. 100 plus. Luckivus Mister says. It's also notable that Zehir could be the one fighting last. At least the guys who now have the weakest armies will fight last. Probably the reason why they have the weakest armies. Right, so we sort of want to prevent them from firing, which we're already doing, while at the same time preventing the dragons from screwing over everything. Even lords of pushed his turn back a little bit. Big thing here is though that these are summoned creatures, so Zehir can more or less try to disband their troops constantly. And there might be some success in that. Have I have not boosted my own troops at all? Coming fireball, no? Need to attack him, so I'm gonna take away his retaliation strike. Slowed. I think so. This is a chance to end this fight. What is this? This is fight number 11, I think. Right, army positioning is crucial here. We want some top units fairly well protected by the larger stacks, so they have to eat through them more or less before they can get to attack some of the stacks at all. Also, I'm gonna be more or less just banishing the enemy as much as possible. I don't think it makes any sense to use summon anything. But summoning magic is the key to attempting banishing, so it's not exactly totally worthless either. New opponents should appear. Will trigger spawn of some sort. The obsidian gargoyles are basically immune to his spellcasting, and he can't get to them with the melee unit, so... Hurrah for Banish! The one fight in the world where it is actually useful. Right. Dragon should be our key here, man. No. Yeah, we want to take a fairly aggressive stance simply because if we can kill them like the Summoner did, fight ends then and there. And initiative is our big advantage. Hello, friends. This is the most important fight. Archdevils. The notable thing now is that he actually has the advantage as far as numbers are concerned. He also has attribute advantage, so I have no idea how the hell am I supposed to win this then. I weakened him somewhat, but 25, that's a lot. Air would probably work best against it. And only 4 or 20. Gotta do something. And if we don't take the advantage on the attacking, we're certainly gonna pay for it. At the same time, he's pretty much going to wipe out a stack of units no matter what I do. So I'm not sure if attacking here is in our best interest, but certainly poison. Slow it. Yeah, attack the dragons. One unit that might be able to take it down. I don't really have the luxury of attacking it yet. That's the best part. Well, I can't say the destruction magic is being useful here. still you need to activate me with, but I don't think we're in any more danger unless he brings in massive amount of troops. Right, I don't see how he could possibly win. That's it, this fight was uncomfortably close. If there's anything after this, there's really nothing we can do. At the same time, I wouldn't say they're really busting our balls too badly here. More or less that you have to really have a high level hero that can do something, but that's enough. Saving.
Take that! There's plenty more where that came from.
Take that, evildoer!
By the light!
Take that!
This is only a battle. The war will still be mine.
What did he mean by that?
I don't know. It's your job to figure it out. I just want to get Isabel safely away.
Agreed. With Zehir's artifact and Saralam's wisdom, we can heal her.
Not so fast. She has been tainted. She should stay here.
Hey! Ah!
You would make her stay?
Of course! She has given birth to the demon Messiah.
Malassa's bile!
No. I say we save Isabel.
Stop worrying! I can open a portal to the Silver Cities. There we can restrain her if it is necessary.
Are you sure you can?
Saralam was a greater mage than even Kabbaleth.
You may be bartering with the future of the world.
Not at all, Finton. You must trust me.
Very well. Let us see.
Praise the light that we have made it back safely.
I think the Talengard Cathedral will need new doors. I think what the Talengard Cathedral really needs is a new priesthood. And you as our new god, my lord.
Come, Isabel. We have much work to do.
You can't imagine the half of it, Godric. I'd like to get started immediately.
Din din din. Right, about the last mission, I think it was terrible. I feel like instead of just repeating the same fight 4 times at each stage, it should have been built a little bit differently. You have a main hero also in this sort of campaign, and it felt like he was a sort of a background hero or a supporting hero instead of the main guy. It's also unfortunate. So I feel like you, at the very least, you should have reduced the number of fights from 12 to something more reasonable. Like have a multi-stage fight at the end, and even then, no, not all of the 4 have to take part in it. More like they'll do their part. So let's say 1 or 2 heroes can face the Demon Lord on his own in a multi-stage fight. That would have been better. Simply because it's incredibly tedious and time-consuming to just fight big fights one after another, and if something goes wrong, what are you gonna do? You're gonna have to play them all over again, and I was sick of them the first time I played. So I feel like that's terrible design. Terrible design. It repeating the same thing over and over again in such a rapid sequence, it just doesn't work. It's not fun to play. But I'm not sure how it should be solved. Usually it's enough to, let's say, a couple of the heroes would have more or less hold back other forces, so you don't get overrun or surrounded or something. Just play them out of the fight while still playing some kind of a useful purpose as far as the plot is concerned. Maybe have 2 heroes that, mainly I'm talking about 2 heroes because Zehir is not the main hero of the story, so but we are finishing with him. So it would be weird if the Raylag guy wouldn't be the one taking part in the last fight. So Zehir and Raylag together, maybe have some sort of a system where they can fight in the same map at the same time. That would have been much more epic, and I feel a better end to this, but I'm not sure. There's probably a very good reason why something like that isn't possible, because the game was never designed around the, and it sort of feels like it too. Another annoying thing about it is the totally new things that have never been seen before. So technically you could build heroes around things that don't really work at all. And it's weird because this is the first time I felt like we were sort of pressured into a situation where we might run out of steam. So it's a difficulty jump in that sense. It's also because you have to do the 12 fights. More or less you have the gate to get to the first fight, then you have 4 fights there, and you have another 4 fights. Oh, 16 fights, we sort of skipped them, right. There's the gates, then there's Biara, the first tower, then there's the barrier fights 4 times, then there's 4 times against the demon. So it's just fucking too much. At least cut it in half, and it'll be closer to something doable. Try to design something interesting in it. I do like the portaling in mechanic being used. There were no real units in those fights. There were always just summoned troops. But there was some sort of a mechanic so you could fight against summoning. That would be great, an alternative way to try to fight it instead of just brute forcing through with your armor. I feel like the game doesn't do that, even though it had the banish ability, because it's not really a mechanic where you fight against the summoned troops. It's sort of a press button and fight. So it's not interesting, even though it's very powerful. As far as the game overall is concerned, my feelings might not have changed about the game, but they might have sort of sharpened a little bit. And I do hate the plot-related system somewhat, and the last mission sort of is a good highlight of that. There's really not much you can do or strategize. You have the things you have, and you have one path forward. then you just have to walk it. And that's it. There's some tactical choices in the fights you can make, but even in them, there's not a lot. You can't change anything with your hero anymore. You can't change anything in your army anymore. You have a static amount of fights you have to fight. You have to fight them with everyone. No one can die. So there's very little room to maneuver or things going a little bit differently. It just all has to work every time. And there's nothing to it. Also, a lot of the plots are... You sort of have a path. And I feel like there's a biggest choices you can sort of make is how to build your character. And that's about it. And I feel that sort of sucks. There are a couple of missions where you do have about as good of a strategy choices to make as this game allows. And nothing wrong with that. I feel like the earlier campaigns in some ways did this better anyway. The Zehir campaign sucked ass. I don't think it's anything particularly to the academy. It's more about that the overall plot had to come to an end. So we sort of got funneled into this nonsense plot thing. But I don't... I'm trying to articulate what it is that pisses me off about it. And I'm not sure I can. I think it's the sudden bullshit that happens, the totally new things you've never seen before, units coming out of nowhere. So there's really, you can't really strategize with them or prepare for them, at least as a first time player. They're just random shit the game throws at you and you can't really do much about it. You can't make any kind of decisions or tactical, well, some tactical choices, but it feels less like a strategy game, typical strategy game, and more like an RTS game where you can't build additional troops. So you're more or less faced with a set of tactical combat situations that you have to survive and or complete with your set of units. Except there isn't really all that many options either how to handle those tactically, so you sort of just go through the motions and you don't have anything else to do. So the only real thing you can sort of do is build up your character. I guess that's why I feel the need of go after the attribute boys benefits at every opportunity, because it's one of the few things you can do to prepare and increase your chances in future situations. In the actual missions themselves, the options sometimes are much more limited. Granted, you can not take advantage of the troop opportunities the map gives you, but then you're not going to get through the map either. At the same time, not every mission is like that, so it's more of a mixed bag. I don't feel overall bad about the game. It's fine. I just feel like it has issues, and I'm interested in seeing how the expansions address them, or are they gonna make them worse. I think they address at least one issue, and that's going around collecting troops from the overland map sites. I think there's sort of a caravan system in at least one of the expansions, so you can have the troops automatically converge in a city. So there are changes going to be, but I'm not sure are they overall positive or not. Still, this is fine. I don't regret playing this. I just hated the last mission more or less. Everything else is mixed of okay and solid, I think. Nothing great almost at any point. Some of the smaller missions were great, even the plot regret ones, like how the Necromancer had to avoid some patrols to get through a small map. There's not much to it. but it's a fairly quick map. It has some sort of an idea that separates it. It's memorable even now out of all the missions I've played. So I don't want to shit on all the plot things. It's just the plot isn't particularly amazing or good, so no one's playing this shit for the plot. And that small mission used up the plot elements to create something interesting in the mission itself that sort of allowed you to try to think about how you're gonna tackle things. Are you gonna go after all those? Are you gonna try to avoid all the patrols, go after everything, and so forth? So there was some decision making in there and some risks. At the same time, they were reasonable to avoid. They didn't come out suddenly. The patrols moved a limited amount and a fairly predictable amount. Predictable path, so you could sort of evade them to go after different things. Nothing really unexpected happened there. So it just works much better. Right. It's still a fine experience. Just a little bit tedious when the end is coming your way.